Okay. We'd like to introduce head coach Katie Meyer and the student athletes we have with us, Kiana Hayes, Jessica Thomas, and Amasa Hoff. At this time, we're going to open it up to Coach Meyer for her opening statement.
Yeah, I don't think that was the beautiful offensive display that both coaches and the crowd probably was expecting. But there were a lot of veteran plays down the stretch, so congratulations to Gulf Coast. I thought they played tough. When they started getting hot from the three there, that was their true identity. So their second half performance from the three is more indicative of who they are, and we know that. So when they started getting comfortable, that's why they're so good. That's why they have so many wins on the year, and that's why they were in this tournament in our place. And we had to counter that with our inside game, and that was not a surprise. That we knew coming in. But I think in the first half, when they were cold from the three and we broke their rhythm a little bit, I'll give us some credit for that. But we should have taken it. We had a nice lead there that we kind of lost our focus and let slip. So then when it comes down to it, one big three, and then they hit them in bunches, and they did. So a couple mistakes late game for us, but we're still alive. And we are very excited for the crowd that showed up for us, and we're excited to have an exciting game for them, and we're excited to continue to play. So we are going to take it, and we're going to move on, and we're going to get ready for our next game on Monday.
At this time, we'll open it up to the student athletes only for questions.
Kiana, congratulations. Well, not your last play, obviously not the last play of the game. You kind of you cut across, you post up, and then just sort of take us through. Were you just thinking you were just going to overpower Taylor, or did you know she was there? Like, what was your thinking, I guess, when you took the entry pass?
I felt her. Like, I knew she was there, but she's a lot smaller than I am, so I just took my time and laid the ball up.
Other questions?
Jessica, what does this mean, big picture, for you guys? I mean, like Kate said, it wasn't offensively pretty at times, but to grind and then to have the lead most of the night and then lose it twice in the final 2 minutes and survive, what does that mean about where this team is toughness-wise right now?
I think we're definitely mentally tough. It came down to making veteran plays at the end, and I'll keep saying that. I think I've been saying that from the beginning of the season, but we executed when we needed to. We had a few gutsy plays where, a few mishaps and stuff like that. But as far as this team, I think we just had the will to win. Excuse me. We had the will to win and didn't want to take no for an answer. So, I mean, it came down to just being sharp every play, every possession, and just controlling the game.
Other questions for our student athletes in the back?
What were you guys thinking when Motley went out toward the end there?
You asking the athletes?
Yes.
I mean, I knew we had a 20-second delay because of the substitution, but it was kind of weird. I was like, Mott fouled out, but when she stepped out, we knew what we had to do. People knew where they had to step up, and I think that's what's so special about this team is that we know our roles and we know what we got to do when certain people aren't on the floor. So, I mean, it was a tough loss, but at the same time, I think we knew we definitely had to make sure we executed this game and finish it out strong for her.
Kiana, back to that play where you posted up, that block charge is always a difficult thing. Do you feel there was any dispute or controversy on that play, whether it was a block or whether it was an offensive foul or not?
I mean, it's the NCAA tournament, and it's the last, couple of seconds of the game, and I'm just happy the refs let us play. It was a good no call.
Any additional questions for our student athletes?
Jessica, just your thoughts on Monday's game.
As far as what, just how?
Looking ahead to another
I think as a team, we're definitely excited and we're happy to survive and advance. We got another tough opponent in front of us coming up on Monday. Got to lock and load again, be mentally prepared, lock into the game plan. I know our coaches and the staff, and they'll get us right. They'll get us prepared. So just looking forward to having another opportunity to play some more basketball, especially as seniors.
I mean, the three-point play with 49 seconds left, that looked like you sort of made something out of nothing, and then whoever cut baseline with 16 left, I forgot who that was, who you found on that pass.
Kiki.
Thank you. Are you comfortable with just having the ball in your hands in the last minute of a game and just, because you had to make two very, very big plays that have kind of been forgotten about already because of the way it all ended?
I think I am comfortable with the ball, and yeah, I didn't even think about it. I think they doubled Key Hayes, so Kiki was wide open. It was even a pretty sloppy pass, I have to admit that, but she got it, and yeah, we made it work as a team. Thank you.
Billy Carson, Huffington Post. Amis, going into Monday, you're going to have a much better matchup on the inside. I don't think it's going to be as easy. Not that it was easy, but you definitely had a few mismatches there. What have you guys done to prepare for that, for the bigs?
Just like catching the ball high and keeping it high to throw it, like basically make layups. But
Okay.
it's going to be different Monday, and personally I'm happy about that because I don't really like it. But we'll be fine. We're just going to make it work any other way. We have a lot of people we can rely on, and we'll get there.
Congratulations on advancing.
Thank you.
Any additional questions for our student athletes? Thank you to our student athletes. You're dismissed at this time, and we will transition
Thanks, guys.
to open the floor to questions for Coach Meyer only.
This doesn't have everything.
Thank you.
It's really incomplete. Good job, y'all.
Kate, if you knew
Yeah.
3 hours ago you were going to shoot 1 for 14 from 3 and Mott was going to have 4,
Right.
you would not have probably envisioned that you'd be playing on Monday, is my guess.
Exactly. No. But that's something about this team. I don't even think last year we could have handled that. I'm pretty sure we couldn't have. And yet we've had a lot of this journey's been full of adversity, and it's been full of gut checks, and it's been full of, that's a surprise. I mean, I'll tell you, Matt's as sharp as she's been all season. She's been great, as we prepared. So, and it's not, I mean, you ask, how do we feel when she fouled out? That wasn't this huge moment for us. It just wasn't. I mean, okay, so we got Laura and we got Kiki, and we're just going to keep going. So I think that was crucial, our composure. I never, it was just, we just were coaching every possession, every second. We didn't get too big into, oh my gosh, it's a close game. We expected that. And then it was just a matter of, I said in the press conference, the preview press conference we had in here, that the coaches are going to have to coach very well within the game, because these teams are too good to let you go to your identity. And that's going to win the game. I mean, the teams are too smart. Every call they called, every call we called, they knew. I mean, the scouting was great. And so, yeah, you have to do something different. You're going to have to reinvent yourself in the middle of the game, and we did. We went inside quite a bit, and I thought that that was crucial for us.
When you have a game like this, when you have two posts that are like head and shoulders taller than anybody who's going to be guarding them, there's going to be a lot of contact, there's going to be a lot of people on the floor.
Right.
How much are you concerned going into a game like that anytime this body's on the floor, there's a natural reaction to blow a whistle? Were you worried
Right.
that going to your strength might backfire a little bit on you?
Right. Well, I told you the game would be, can we play our bigs? Are they going to try to foul them out with their drawing charge action, and then are we going to be able to defend? They had China Dow going downhill, and I thought Hoff did a pretty good job, but at the end there, they got a layup on us, and, a couple fouls on the Mace that, she was walling up, and, so that was the whole game, we knew that. But on that last play, I'll have to look at it for Hayes, but she was very balanced. She was very balanced, and we had practiced balance and pivots and whatever. And we had practiced that because we knew how they would go. And she was pretty deep near the basket, too. So I felt good about it. And we absolutely were going in to her with Thomas. I mean, the whole play was action to go Thomas to Hayes. And we were going to go with our seniors.
Coach, I apologize if you addressed this in your opening comments. I was in with Florida Gulf Coast. Just wondering if you spoke to the degree of rally that they brought to you guys, and if in any way a game never comes down to the last two calls, if you guys feel in any way, what your perspective was on the end game to no calls. I guess there's that you guys were the beneficiaries of the final basket for you guys for the win.
I think
and
I'm
then,
getting your perspective. I'm sorry, but it sounds like I'm getting your perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel fortunate at all with what FGCU brought at you guys that you were able to get out of this one with a win?
I feel great about the win. I feel great about the crowd. I feel great about the environment that we had, and we executed down the stretch, and they executed down the stretch, and I feel great.
And there was
I did compliment them when you weren't in here. I thought they had a great job, and they did a great job of hitting big shots, and they found their identity in the second half, and I did, yeah. They're very good. Very happy. They had a great season, and they deserved every win that they have.
And I apologize, there is commentary on TV about two no calls at the end, the winning game, the game-winning basket, and then their inbound on the final play, that commentary that
Okay.
either or both could have been called as fouls.
Yeah, I think there's throughout the game, whatever segment you want to pick, you can always do that.
Billy Carson, Huffington Post. Coach Meyer, with 8.6 seconds left in the game, tied 60-60, I saw Laura in the timeout, very vocal. Can you share with us what she was saying, or what you guys were talking about?
She's just a great natural leader. She's been in a ton of big moments with world championships and European championships, and ever since she's always been playing above in her age group. So the first time I saw her, I was U19 national team coach, and she was 16 years old, screaming in her huddle, yelling at these 20-year-olds. She's just amazing. And so she was very clear. She had specific questions for me and wanted to make sure she communicated them to the team. And she wasn't playing great. She had some turnovers that really hurt us, but late game stuff, she's in control and real great command.
Okay, fantastic. Congratulations for advancing, Coach.
Thank you.
You know that when a team is up all day and then you lose it in the last 2 minutes,
Right.
you know that 99% of teams probably don't win that game. I have
Right.
no empirical evidence, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just what's it say about where you guys are that you weren't having flashbacks to last year? And
That's
and,
the
and
thing,
worry?
I'm not trying to give myself credit by any stretch of the imagination, but you have to be prepared. I mean, these teams are great, and we got away with a lot in the first half in terms of they got a bunch of threes off and they weren't making them, and so it wasn't like I sat there and said, well, they're just going to continue to miss all game. I mean, you have to have one of the hardest things about being a coach is you have to run through a lot of scenarios prior to the game. And it's hard on you because you have to run through some negative scenarios too, just so that you're prepared. So you have a script and you go through them and and so as you're in moments, and then they pop up, you got to be prepared for them. I mean, clearly Davenport shouldn't have pinched off the shooter in the corner to give him that shot. We talked about it as clearly what we did. I yelled at her in the locker room, but I wasn't going to waste the time out yelling at her then, right? I mean, that's just not smart. So we coached the next play. And then we got to the locker room and we had a conversation. And Erica's the greatest kid in the world. But those are things that as a coach, you just, there was still time on the clock and we had something we had to do. So we were all very, very, I thought, composed and calm.
You almost feel like the pressure's off a little bit now. I mean, now you've got kids that know what this feeling is like. They get whatever. There had to be pressure being at home. It's an advantage, sure, but it comes with additional pressure. Do you almost feel like you're going to get more of what you've been kind of all season Monday?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't play our best basketball game of the year, and you want to. I mean, you want to in the NCAA, wherever it is. And I think the crowd, certainly, I thought our crowd was so positive, so excited. They were, I got 1,000 texts already. People are mad at me because they were gonna, their heart rate was up. Like, hey guys, it's just. But I thought that our crowd, the energy was great, and our players had a true belief. And yeah, I'm just, we're going to keep, you know, great on the glass, and I'm glad we mentioned Mesa Hoff because, you know, basically the way they were playing, she turned into a point guard. She turned into a point guard tonight, and I ran everything through Mason. I said it at halftime. We're going through Hoff because of the way Gulf Coast was playing us, and Hoff was making a ton of big-time decisions for us, and, you know, I thought she did a fantastic job.
Katie, over here.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the challenge you have Monday at Quinnipiac, both in terms of their team and also the quick turnaround from a scouting standpoint, also from the kids' legs, all that?
Right. I have never, ever looked ahead. I'd never have done it in my profession. You know, we just played 3 games in a row in the ACC tournament. I had no idea. You know, came out of the press conference. My staff is tremendous. They're so talented. And, you know, I didn't have a particular opinion whether it was going to be Marquette, whether we were even going to be playing. I was so locked in. I stayed with the team in the hotel and came over on the bus with them instead of watching that game. I only watched a little bit of it. So, but we can adapt. We have a very, very great IQ on this team. Just a tremendous IQ in terms of, and they're going to want my plan. They're going to want it pretty quick, all right? And I'm going to want my plan from my assistant coaches, and they're going to give it to me pretty quick. And we're going to be ready. But the team can really take it, and we can reinvent ourselves. But I never thought in a million years, like Tim said, you 1 for 14 from the 3, and you come out with a victory. And we need 3-pointers. I mean, we do. And so, and they're a team that kind of dares you to shoot over them. So if you'd have told me that before, I wouldn't have been prepared for that. But I promise. We'll get there. We'll get where we need to be for Monday, and the crowd's going to be huge, and I hope everybody can really get out in the community and give us that advantage again.
Any other questions for Coach Meyer?
I can be happy, right? This is great. This is great. Let's go.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thanks.